Hello Drawing Club! I'm sorry I missed last week, but I am back with a double bill today. We are going to be doing 2 drawings today. As always, I've got my pencil, my eraser and my black pen. I've also got my papers, because I always find it's nicer to draw when there's a stack of papers underneath. You might need 2 pieces of paper today because it is a double bill and it's an under the sea special. 2 aquatic animals for us today. The first of which, you need to draw 4 egg shapes. Now your first egg shape is a nice big egg. Remember to use that sketching grip so you're doing it lightly. You can always rub out the extra lines that you don't need at the end once you've used your black pen. So my egg shape's coming together, just using gentle movements with my hand, nice sketching, because those round shapes are often quite tricky to draw. So I'm happy with my first egg. My second egg is a bit shorter and a bit smaller, and it overlaps just slightly. So it overlaps here, my second egg shape, and it's not quite as long as this one. There you go, there's my second egg shape. My third egg shape is over here. And again, it's smaller. It does overlap a bit. Here's my third egg shape. And my fourth egg shape is a nice small egg shape that overlaps just slightly over here. And that is the start of my animal today. Now, before you continue with the next step, look at yours and decide, do your egg shapes match mine? How's your spacing? Have you got long, big long one, smaller long one, medium-sized one, and a small one? How's your spacing looking? Because the next thing we need to do is connect them all up together with a line that goes from here, which will be the nose of our sea creature today, here, follow it round and then go up. So you give it a little bit of a join here, so it's not just one smooth line. Then we can have a smooth line that comes from up this egg shape, that joins onto this egg shape, comes over the top, down, catches the end of this egg shape, and comes to a point. That point's going to be very, very important. We start at the nose again, we come under, follow it down to the belly, and then we come back under to this point. That's the next step for you to have a look at in yours today. When you're happy with it, you can move on to the next part of the video. You can press pause anytime and catch up. That's absolutely fine. Okay, we're ready for the next part. We're going to start off with the dorsal fin. So about the middle point of the first big egg, you're going to come up in a sweeping motion, and then down with a curve like this, the dorsal fin. Now lots of you will have seen the photo already, so you know the animal that we're drawing, but lots of animals have a dorsal fin. We've got the flipper now, the tail fin, which starts just inside this point, not right next to the egg, just inside this point, curves over like this, nice smooth arc, and then curves under like this. And it's important it comes out further to give us that perspective. So it comes in and it curves out a bit further than this point here. From here, we're going to draw a straight line across like this, and then we can connect this with a nice big sweep to connect the tail fin. I'm really happy with the tail fin so far. I might change mine so it's a little bit more shallow like that. Which is why it's always a good idea to draw nice and lightly with your pencil first time. There's the tail fin. The next thing we're going to do is look at the opposite end, and we're going to look at around the mouth. So this is the nose-mouth section. We come round the nose, and then halfway down this loop we do a nice wavy line. And when you reach the end of your wavy line, which is inside this medium-sized circle here, we're just going to put a small circle to represent the eye. We can see our dolphin coming together now. So, time for the pectoral fin. Comes down and comes down like this. And then from the pectoral fin, just underneath, we're going to do a nice sweeping motion, just like this. And you can see halfway inside this circle, I've finished this nice sweeping motion for the dolphin's tummy. And then, really, that's it. A lovely simple one to start with. You can take your black pen now. You can add a little bit of detail. So I might put a little flick in the eye here, like this. Just a little tapering there. And then you can go around your dolphin shape with the important line. So not the circles, but the outside line and the mouth. I'm going to start here with the mouth. Like this. I'm going to put a little tiny nick in there, up to the dorsal fin. I'll put a little bit of shading here, dorsal fin, and then down the tail. Now this part here is the body, so that's going to continue. We've got the fin at the back that we're just going to put a little wiggle in, like that. And then this one here, take this line, come round, turn it into a loop. I'm going to make mine a bit bigger actually, and then put another wiggle in for the tail fin. And then you can do the belly in one big long line from underneath the pectoral fin. Put this line in as well. Time for the flipper. And then there is our dolphin finished. The only thing I need to do is rub out the pencil lines, and I'll do that a little bit later on. Are you ready for our next under the sea animal? Because we've got a dolphin, which is a mammal. We're now moving on to a fish, but a specific type of fish. Dun 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 dun. We're going to draw a shark. Now the dolphin, we started off with lots and lots of eggs, but a shark is a bit more angular. So we only need one big egg to start off our shark. I'm going to draw my nice big egg. This oval shape. Excellent. I'm happy with that first go. I've left enough space on one side for the tail and at the other side for the head. If you're drawing your egg and you want the head to be on this side, you could move it over slightly. Because the next thing we need to do is the tail. Now it tapers off to quite a narrow tail. So it's quite close together at this end. It's got a nice long sweep. Nice long sweep that joins the egg there. And the same at the other end with the head. Got one sweep here. And another line here. And then we've got this diagonal line that's going to help us form the face of the shark. Remember, you can pause the video anytime to draw your shark. We now need to move on to the dorsal fin. Now, the dorsal fin on the shark is again going to be about this point here. So halfway in through that egg, put in the dorsal fin and we curve it up nicely, just like that. And then we've got this pectoral fin, so behind the head, we've got this one here. Straight line across it where it joins the body, and then diagonal line down to create that fin. And then I wonder if I've left enough space. For my tail, because the tail is going to go off at an angle, up like this. Right on the edge of my page for this shark's tail, and then it's going to come up at an angle and create that point at the top, right at the edge of my page. Okay, this is what yours should look like so far. Now you might have a bit more space. You can make your angle go like this if you've got enough space on your page. Then we put in some more details on the tail. So we've got from the point of the tail here, we come down to make a little sort of triangular piece, and then away from the tail, down, and then curve under and join back up to the body like this. So we've got this top piece of the tail and the bottom piece of the tail as well to create that powerful tail for swimming through the water. Now with sharks, we've got to have more accessories. So we've got another fin further down here, like this. These help us stop the shark from rolling over onto his back. And then we're going to put two rectangular shapes here. We're not going to close them off. So here's one, and coming off at a slightly different angle. Here's another one. We need space for the eye, which is going to be here. One circle and a line and a line. And then space for the gills. Now the gills are going to happen just by this fin here. So let's put in a bit of a square type shape for those gills. Fantastic. If you want to catch up, you can pause the video, because we're about to start adding a little more detail. So the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to tuck another one of these shapes in behind there, and another one of these shapes in behind there. Give it that 3D feeling. We're going to improve this fin by curving it round and attaching it like this. And then we'll put some more detail into our gills. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Not a 6-gilled shark. Nose, we'll put a little space here for the nostril, and then we'll try and make his mouth look a bit more menacing. So come down here, go inside, slight downward turn, back out here, and then down. I'm going to make it a bit shorter like that. Take off this corner. So my shark is coming together. Mine's quite a meaty shark. He's got a big body section. I think if I drew mine again, I'd move him over and make the egg a bit more squashed, so he'd be a bit skinnier. This is a very well-fed shark. Okay, we can put a bit more detail in with those gills. So for each one, we're going to put a little circle and then come down. Little circle and then come down. So it's like an opening at the top of those gills, where the shark is filtering what it needs from the water. Now we're going to take this eye and make it a bit more eye-shaped. There we go. He's going to close his eyes when he attacks. And now I'm ready to put in my black lines to finish my shark. A really simple shark design today. Really simple dolphin design, but super effective. So I'm going to put in the black lines, definitely around the outside, and I'll show you the areas that I'm going to miss out and the areas that I am going to use my black. So all of the outside lines are definitely going to have these black lines in. Fin comes down, across we go here. This one is, but then the one in the back, we can shade it in a bit because it's in the distance, or it's being overshadowed by the body of the shark. Then we've got this bit here that comes out, and again in the back, a little bit of shading to show that that one is underneath the body. We can't quite see it. Tummy of the shark comes round underneath the fin, and then watch carefully with the fin. It's attached there, so we don't do this line across. I'm going to come round, up. I'm going to leave this line. I'm not going to do that part. Then we've got the gills, which we can put in pen. Very important for a shark. Little circle at the top and then a line down. Excellent. His menacing eye. His very unhappy face. Let's do his chin up to his mouth. Slight down turn. Up he comes. Yes, with a little nostril piece in there. And then down, I'm going to come the same way, left to right, all the way across the back. So starting with his fin, up to the small fin that we're going to go straight in, and then we're going to continue straight up his dorsal fin. My shark's quite an old shark, so I'm going to put a couple of nicks in his dorsal fin, as if he's been doing some fighting. Curve it over a bit more. Fighting or just wear and tear. He's an old shark, he's been swimming a lot. And then curve this down, come down his head, right to the point of the nose. Keep putting a little bump here as well. Yes, there we go. My sharks come together really nicely. There's only one more line that I'm going to put in, and it's just a bit of a wavy line here. Give it a bit more style in the tail. And there's my shark. I might make his lips a bit more menacing by making them a deeper black. Like this. Could even put a bit of shading underneath his body. Because as we know, he's swimming under the surface of the water and the sun will be on top. And there he is. All I need to do now is rub out the pencil markings, and my shark is also finished. 2 sea creatures for you to try today: the shark and the dolphin. 1 fish, 1 mammal. Have a go yourselves, and if you'd like to, send me a photo on Class Dojo. I'd really love to see your efforts at these 2 sea creatures today. Thanks everybody. See you next week for the last one before the holiday.